Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, depending on where you're on the world. Welcome to Raising Excellence, the most important hour of your week. I am Michael, the MC and Opportunity Ambassador for today's show, and today's teaser version of Wednesday's show is Finding Loopholes in the New Normal. I think you'll like this. With me today are two of my favorite co-hosts, Agnieszka, the Illuminator.
Hi, nice to be here.
Dennis, our Freedom Facilitator.
Greetings and blessed love, everyone.
All right, so what are we talking about today? Who wants to describe this idea we've got in mind for our Wednesday show?
Oh,
It's very Polish.
Go on.
I was going to say this idea is very Polish. See, Poland was under occupation for many years, centuries, even at some points where it was deleted from the map. And Polish people had to find ways around the controllers of the country to actually remain Polish and keep their culture and their traditions. And, it went down to the kind of food we eat and the kind of prayers we pray, you know what I mean? Every aspect of life was affected by the occupation in, the 18th, 19th centuries. And we survived. We had underground universities, underground hospitals, we had underground everything. And so,
yeah, I think there's quite a bit of that. There's that book about decolonizing the mind, and really like English and kind of Western languages colonizing places like Africa, really kind of removing the original culture and, creating this absence of culture, or at least this migration to this modern culture. It's obviously another, like what we're going through now is another derivation of adopting a new culture where now we're going to go online and everybody's going to do an online thing. We're going to just turn this into one world where everybody's online.
We've had post-apocalyptic movies about that.
I've been really into a major loophole that I found more than 2 decades ago, which is capoeira, and that was born in the context of slavery, and it has been the loophole in itself, because it was it was developed as a way of freeing yourself from physical slavery, and you could certainly extend that to other levels of freedom as well. So yeah, so the context of the entire show is of course, finding a way how to slip through, and how to keep your shop going, how to continue to be able to meet friends, to show your face in public, to hug your grandma, and to live a life as free as possible under current circumstances, and comparing methods, strategies, and tactics that people have used in the past, whether it's on a national level or on a personal level as well, exploring some of the examples of people who have been creatively exploring loopholes in the jurisdiction and laws, in the recent measures that have been taken, to exploring loopholes that would still allow them to continue to do business, or to express themselves in some way or form.
Like that lady you guys were talking about. Was that you, Michael, that mentioned the lady with the salon?
Yeah. I guess there was a lady, and I'm not exactly sure where she was, but she understood that like doing your hair, or cutting your hair, being a barber or being a hair salon was non-essential, but being a movie studio was okay. So she kind of created a video production studio out of her barber shop, and then created, or I guess recorded videos as she was cutting people's hair. And so there was a beautiful example of like and there's always these kinds of things, because when it comes to governments and kind of tyranny, there's always
interesting.
not very well-thinking people. Not very long-term thinking people.
That's
So
interesting because like if it's a movie studio, oh, sorry,
You're breaking up.
sorry, you
Yes,
broke up. I thought you were finished, but it yeah. Oh, I'm breaking up. Hmm. I thought you guys.
just on your,
Let me
but
check.
go ahead. I think you're fine now.
Okay, so if she's got a movie studio, not a hairdresser salon, do the mask laws still apply to her? Because in a movie, I don't think you have to wear masks while filming a movie, no matter what the scene, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But when cutting hair, you have to wear a mask. So how does the cutting hair in a movie studio affect the mask laws? That's what I'd like to know.
well,
I
there's a
don't know.
number of
But I would say
examples.
it's all about the clever approach. That's not what I'm trying to point out there. Go ahead,
Yeah.
Dennis.
There's a
Yeah.
number of examples from all over the world, and of course, the laws are differently and different in in places all over although they're getting more and more standardized, I guess. But there's numerous examples, locally here, and I've heard from England, from the US, from gym owners to hairdressers, and we should share a few of those because some of them are actually pretty funny. And then we also reach out as always to our audience. If you have discovered any loopholes or have crafted any creative loopholes of getting by, whether it's in your personal life or whether it's like on a, on the business end of things, or even on the, intellectual and the psychological side of things, then we certainly look forward to hear from them and hear about them. And encourage you as always to send us your comments, come on live during the show and interact with us as we as this is a two-way communication as much as you participate in it, of course. And so the finding loopholes certainly has a long-standing history, and as tyranny and oppressive system also has. So why reinvent the wheel if there have been processes in there, if there have been examples of people doing this successfully? And so let's have a lively exchange on Wednesday and see what we can dig up and what we can find in order to help each other on this part of the journey.
I would also add that, there's all kinds of different things that, whether it be like in a prison or in the military or some kind of government organization, there's always the people that write the rules. There's always places that clever people can find holes in the circumstances. And certainly I think the primary one is communicating with other people, because there's always kind, nice, genuine people that for whatever reason may be working for the government or may just have to get a job to pay the bills, kind of thing. And they don't necessarily have any animosity towards people. And in a lot of cases, those are the people that create the circumstances that cool things can happen even in the worst of circumstances.
Yeah, just imagine you could communicate you could pass the tough, hard shell of anyone, whether it's a prison guard or the man preventing you from taking on whatever you have to wear right now. But imagine you would have a straight line of communication through the humanity, through the benevolence, through the positive part, through the family man, through the human being that sits next to you, that stands in front of you. So there's some really amazing techniques, and looking forward to share those and to explore them with you as well on Wednesday.
Yeah, and I hope somebody comes up with some funny stuff too. There's some funny things in there, and I'd love to have some good funny stories to share with people, because this is really how we break the system, is through things like ridiculous humor.
Yes, big time. I love that one too. All right, so looking forward to Wednesday, 11:35 p.m. CET.
4:35 p.m. Central Time, North American style.
Si,
I
senor.
guess Western Hemisphere.
American style. I love it.
Looking forward. Talk to you then. Bye bye, guys.
So long, everybody.